Hi! So we're going to talk today about translating from words into algebraic symbols. So we're not even going to solve problems or anything like this, and this is going to be a really quick lesson. So let's say we've got this issue of a plane flies 560 miles per hour, and we have to figure out what we're going to do with that. Well, let's write it and think of it like for every hour that plane flies 560 miles for hour one, and then another 560 and another 560 and another 560. One word that's going to clue you in here is per. So you can think per is involved with multiplication or division problems. And since we've got groups 560, 560, 560, 560, 560, 560 over and over and over and over and over, then we're dealing with multiplication. If we were splitting it up, that would be dealing with division. But when we think about what's happening, then we realize it's repeated. So the way that we can represent this is something like P times 560 equals the number of miles, and I'll just call that M. So a nicer way to write it is 560 P equals M. All right, let's take a look at the next problem. Bob is half Joan's age. So what I like to do to make sense of this is actually give people real world numbers. So let's just say that Joan is 50. So Joan is 50. Then that would make Bob 25. So we start off with Joan's age and we just divide it by 2 and we get Bob's age. So I can say J over 2 equals B. And so we can try it again just to double check and be sure. Try a real world example. So 50 divided by 2, does that equal 25? Yes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase these so we can see what's going on for the next ones. If you wanted to see, of course, you can just rewind the video if there was an issue. All right, let's check out the next one. Bob is 2 years older than half Joan's age. So let's back up and just find out Bob is half Joan's age. So J over 2 equals B. That was what we had before, but now he's 2 years older than that. So let's just add 2 to Bob's age. So let's double check that. So let's say that Joan is 50. So let's say J equals 50. So if Bob is 2 years older than half, then think about what that is. Okay, so that would mean Bob is 25 plus 2, he's 27. Okay, and now let's test it. So is 50 divided by 2 equal to B plus 2? Is that equal to 27 plus 2? Oops, let's undo. I gotta write in 27 here. There we go. Is that equal to 27 plus 2? Is 25 equal to 29? No, definitely not. So now we know, oh wait, that was totally wrong. We are not on the right path. So now we back up and we say, you know what? I needed to add that 2 on the other side. So it's Joan's age divided by 2 plus 2 is going to give me Bob's age. So test those real world examples. It's going to make so much more sense. All right, so I'm going to take that out and this out right here. So this is what we started with, and now we'll rewrite it for this particular problem. Joan's age divided by 2 plus 2 years equals Bob's age. So again, test out those real world examples, not just at the beginning of algebra, all the way through algebra 1, all the way through algebra 2. Test out the real world examples. All right, and Bob is half of how old Joan will be in 2 years. All right, let's start with the real world example. Let's say Joan is 50 now. J, and I'm going to write sub now, is 50. J in 2 years is going to be 52. And that means that Bob now is half of how old Joan will be in 2 years. So Bob is 26. Okay? If that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, try it with a different number. Try it if Joan is 34 now, and then work through it. So just do enough real world examples where the algebra starts to make sense to you. Okay? So if you need to do that, pause it and come back. All right, so now that if this makes sense to you right now, let's go into the next step where we use the letters. So Bob is, the word is translates to equals. Whenever I say is, I write equals. Bob is half of however old Joan will be in 2 years. So plus 2. So all I did was translated the word is to equals, and then of is multiplied. Of, half of, and I translated half to the fraction half, and then in 2 years I said plus 2. Now let's test it back out with our numbers and see if that works. So does 26 equal 1/2 of 50 plus 2? Okay. If you're good at arithmetic, you can eyeball it and see it, but I'm going to just check it out. 26 equals 1/2 of 52. Yeah? Yes, that is true. So we know that this is the proper solution. So what did we learn here? Let's go back over it. Use the real world example. Words like per, divided by, split into equal groups, repeated, that's going to deal with multiplication and division. Of means multiplication. Is means equals. More than, less than, will be in. These are addition or could be subtraction, so you can write all these different ways. That's once we get into algebra, we'll see you can manipulate anything to change it around. Okay, so we want to know those words. They have certain meanings in math. It's like codes. The other thing we want to do the real world examples. Do them when you do your homework. As you get more used to it, you will be able to just translate it without using numbers that you're plugging in. And the key is you want to be fast when you're doing your tests and quizzes. That means be slow on your homework at first. Work it to death. Do a great job at your homework, and it'll make you faster and faster. Okay, I'm going to stop talking right now. You've got a lot to do. Check at the end of this video. There are some practice problems. Do those problems. If you have questions, post them. If you have questions about anything else, post those too. All right, bye.